Hi folks, my name is Tatiana. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, The Ethereal Entertainer. Today we're going to be doing some January 2023 predictions with some tarot cards for each astrological sign. This deck I'm featuring is the True Heart Intuitive Tarot by Rachel True. Absolutely love this deck. I got it as a gift for my birthday and I just had to share it with you. It's such a beautiful deck. Also, the book is very handy dandy. It has some pretty lengthy descriptions of the major arcana, different kinds of tarot card spreads that you can do. Very beginner friendly if you're looking for a first deck of yourself or just a deck in general. I highly recommend this one. Absolutely love it. So we're also going to be pulling an oracle card for this month's predictions of January 2023. The deck that I'm featuring, I featured in my readings for last month. It's called The Rose Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. The guidebook is also very helpful. I love how she describes the cards and she includes soul inquiries and things like that. It's very cool. Help you tap into your high vibe self. So this bracelet I'm wearing is from my Etsy shop, The Ethereal Construct, made by yours truly. This bracelet features rhodonite, strawberry quartz, and matte crackle quartz beads. Feel free to check it out to see if you can find yourself some metaphysical jewelry to help you bring in the new year with great vibes and set good intentions. Yeah, let's get started. All right, Cancer, here we have your cards. Starting with the first one. Second card. And third. Your oracle. Alrighty, so we're going to get into your first card placement, Cancer. We have the Two of Swords in reverse for your Sun position. So this card has to do with indecision, with confusion, because in the upright position, we're talking about decisiveness and knowing what to say or when to say, how to act. But when this card is in the reverse position, there is lack of clarity for some reason. So maybe you have been pondering over something and you just feel bogged down with having to make a decision and it's just quite hard for you to decide. This Sun card placement is reflective of that type of energy, and the best way to make a decision is to realize what is important to you and where your decision is coming from in regards to, you know, your emotional or spiritual, mental investment. So the options that you're looking at, are you reacting out of a state of fear? Are you afraid of having an adverse, outcome? Or are you afraid of failing? Are you afraid of judgment? And the thing is that we have to recognize sometimes when we're acting from fear or acting from anxiety rather than acting for what's for our best interest and what makes us happy and what we truly want. So the best way to approach the situation is to realize where the indecisiveness is coming from. Is it coming from anxiety? Is it coming from fear? Is it coming from instability? You're afraid of losing something. You're afraid of not getting a result or something like that. That is going to help you be able to finally make a decision and flip this card in the upright position so that you can move on accordingly and feel confident about the decision that you make. So we all deal with this at some point. We deal with indecisiveness. We deal with not knowing which way to go or which way to take. Also too, do keep in mind the Swords card has to do with, the things that we say. So again, I say this a lot. If you watched any of my previous videos, the sword, I always always refer back to the saying, the tongue is mightier than the sword. And this has to do with that. You know, when you see this suit, it has to do with your words and your action. You know, with your words have an impact on the actions taken, whether by you or by individuals around you, etc. So you definitely, I understand the indecisiveness, because you know that action will result from it. You know that, you know, something will happen after, you know, when you make that decision, when you say the thing that needs to be said. But ultimately, it does need to be resolved, and you do need to say and make a decision at some point in order for this stalemate, this indecisiveness, this confusion to end. Maybe it's not necessarily you feeling this way, but you might also be just very well dealing with someone who is like this, who has been exhibiting this type of energy toward you, around you. And maybe you'd be able to give them a little insight, you know, pass this along to them, or, you know, just tell them yourself, you know, this different perspective that you were open up to that might help them be able to make a decision, you know, decision that may very well impact you when they have decided to decide. So moving on to your moon placement, we have the Nine of Pentacles, or the Nine of Discs. This is a card about contentment. This is about, I see what I have and I'm grateful for it and I'm good where I'm at. So don't be afraid to congratulate yourself and to feel good. You know, we get caught up in, oh gosh, well, if we feel good right now, the shoe is going to drop at the other time. At some point in time, you know, the other shoe's going to drop, or, you know, there's something that's going to mess it up. We gotta put that to a pause. We gotta put that to a stop. You know, when you're seeing the Nine of Pentacles card, this is about embracing gratitude. This is about embracing being grateful for where you are and what you have. Because the thing is that if you realize that gratitude is actually a very positive reinforcement of emotion and thought process, more good things will come to you. Not the adverse. Bad things are going to happen anyway, you know, regardless. That's true. But when you show gratitude for what you have, whether it be the person who is showing you, you know, that love and affection, you know, or the new promotion you've got at a job and you're, you know, taking off and you're, you know, doing really well with the position, you show gratitude. You show that you're grateful, that you appreciate what you have, and you act accordingly. That's going to bring more abundance to you. Don't be afraid of the other shoe dropping. There's always going to be shoes, man. But the thing is that there are always going to be good things too. There are always going to be good opportunities. There are always going to be better situations, better circumstances, blessings coming from out of nowhere. There's always going to be that. And the Nine of Pentacles is, you know, a reminder that it's okay to embrace those things and to enjoy them and to be happy that you have them. There's nothing wrong with that. And it's very healthy and it's a very good thing, not a bad thing. All right, so your rising placement for you, we have the Star card in reverse. So Cancer, the Star card has to do with our feelings of inspiration, feelings of feeling ultimately divinely guided and confident in that guidance. You may not know what's going on, you may not know what's happening next, but you feel good about it. That's what this card is about. But in the Star, with the Star card being in the reversal position, maybe you're not feeling so good. Maybe you're feeling a little bit more anxious. Maybe you're not feeling very inspired. Maybe you're not feeling very confident, like you're able to do the things that you want to do. And with this card in the, you know, reverse position, the thing is how can we flip this card upside down? Where is this anxiety coming from? Where is this discontentment coming from? Are you being too hard on yourself? Are you, you know, taking a little too much heed to judgment from other people who may not be having your best interest in mind? Or maybe they do. They just don't have the ability to give you a clarifying perspective. You know, really assess what's all at play here and what is affecting you that is keeping you from feeling inspired and feeling good and feeling ready to move and do things and accomplish things. What is in the way? Is it yourself, the way you're talking to yourself, the way that you're thinking, being afraid, having feelings of anxiety, feelings of, anger or just resentment? What is stopping you from feeling like this star card in the upright position? This is a reflective card. Honestly, they all are, but this is a card for you to reflect what's going on upstairs, what's going on in your head, what's being said, and what are you retaining and what are you letting go. And that's going to help you to figure out how to feel better, how to feel good, how to feel empowered. When your star card is in this position, you're not feeling very empowered. But there's something that you can do about it. There's something that can be done. It may be that your circumstances are making you feel empowered. Maybe there's not anything you can do immediately to change your circumstances. That's okay. But you always have your mind. You always have your perspective. And you are always in control of that. And you can shift that whenever you want. And the thing is that is extremely powerful. Because when we shift our perspective, we start to see different avenues. We start to see different things that we didn't see before. Broadening our perspective, if you look around, if you allow yourself to panorama a situation, you might realize that on the far left corner, there's a solution you've been looking for all along, but you've been looking over it because you've been stuck in this one particular angle, working at this one particular angle. So really sit and think about this and really, ponder or meditate about it and figure out what you can do to get yourself into a position of feeling more lighthearted and trusting of the universe and confident in the things that are out there for you, that good things are coming and are on the way. There's a way to do it. It will take time and a shift in perspective, and that's what the star card in reverse is calling for. But once you do that, your star card will be flipped in the upright position, and you will feel very, very good about it. Okay, so we're going to get into your oracle card for the month of January, Cancer. We have the Held card. I'm going to read the description and the soul inquiry for you. Held. Sureness of the soil, unseen help, support, community. When times are turbulent, to keep ourselves steady, we need something to hold on to. When things are crumbling around us, we must find something we can count on that won't budge. Deep roots to hold us steady when the winds of change come blowing. A supportive community around us. When we leave home, we must find something to hold us. When our lover leaves, we must find something to hold us. When the job ends, we must find something to hold us. When our parents die, we must find something to hold us. When we think there's nothing to hold us, it's an invitation to find new, supportive ground. This is where we can discover the sureness of the soil, the holding of the roots, and reach out to our community for extra holding. We were never meant to grow on this earth alone. Sometimes life rips from us what we cling to the most, or perhaps we cling to it for we can feel the cycles of change coming. Yet, in the darkness of our longest, darkest night, we discover that it's in the empty spaces that we can be reached and held the most. It's in these that we discover a holding that we didn't know before. And we discover that what we thought was a tomb was actually a womb. You are being called to trust that the Great Mother has got you, to trust in the sureness of her soil, to trust the process of what's unfolding, and that you're not going through this alone. Soul inquiry. How can you call in more support in your life? What's holding you right now? All right. I really like that card. That's really cool. I hope that this card inspires you to, be willing to reach out to your soul tribe, your friends, your family, people who you genuinely trust to help you feel grounded and to feel held. Because we all need that. We do spend a significant amount of time alone. That's true. But we also spend a significant amount of time surrounded by others. And we are a communicable species. we thrive when we hold each other. We thrive when we communicate with each other, when we support each other, when we love each other. And this card is coming up because it's time for you to embrace that and to be held and loved. And I'm sure that it will feel really good when you feel ready to open yourself up to that. Thank you so much for watching and for listening. I really appreciate it. I hope that you're, getting something really significant and profound from this reading, and that your January 2023 is extremely good to you, and the rest of the year for that matter. Also, feel free to ask me any questions, comment below. Let me know, what you think about this. If you would like to know more, I love talking and chatting with y'all. It means so much to me. Again, thank you so much for listening and watching. Hit the subscribe and notification bell so that we can do this again next month. All right, have a good one. Bye.